Welcome back. AARP has a tradition of service that goes back to our founding more than 50 years ago, and that spirit of service is still evident in all we do. One major undertaking is the fight against hunger. Take a look.
Empire Community Theater just closed its production of Driving Miss Daisy. AARP thought that that might be a good tie-in with our Drive to End Hunger efforts, so we joined forces and collected nearly 1,000 pounds of food for the local food bank.
The community theater is comprised of volunteers, and so this wonderful partnership with AARP and the community theater has done another wonderful volunteer service of providing food for our community. And I can't tell you how wonderful it is to be in partnership with AARP.
And here to talk more about AARP South Dakota's community service work is Associate State Director for Outreach and Education, Lenny Healy, and of course our volunteer state president, Dennis Eastnick, once again. Lenny, tell me a little bit about the Drive to End Hunger and how AARP is involved in that.
Well, most of our volunteers just put their arms around this project and ran with it. We had 4 different levels of activity this year. We started out by partnering with the Empire Community Theater's production of Driving Miss Daisy. We added a food drive to that and came up with over 1,000 pounds of food and about $100 in cash. That stayed here in Sioux Falls. Then earlier we talked about the 66 county tour that we did. Along with each visit in those 66 counties, we did a local food drive. That food stayed in that county for those people. The third leg of that was when we went to the state fair. On their race day, we had a food drive, and we collected about 2,700 pounds of food under that effort. And then ongoing through the rest of the year, the chapters and the units are holding their own food drives. So far to date, we've raised about 8,000 pounds of food, and we're not done.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. And again, the tie-in with the race day is, of course, with NASCAR champion Jeff Gordon. He's the spokesperson for Drive to End Hunger.
He is, and we do have a paper cutout of Jeff Gordon that we took all over the place, and he saw a lot of things, let me tell you.
Well, it sounds like a really great way to raise some awareness for the issue of senior hunger. Dennis, you've been involved in some projects in the Pierre area with those volunteers. Talk about that.
I have. We have established in Pierre Feeding South Dakota distribution point. And in that distribution point, we actually serve all of central South Dakota, so it's several counties. And each month we fill about 1,100 boxes that go out to these various communities. And it's a Feeding South Dakota program that we're involved in.
That's excellent. Those efforts are really filling a tremendous need in communities all across the state. We asked Russ Hofelt of Feeding South Dakota to share with us just how important this work is for South Dakotans in need.
It's been amazing here in Pierre. There's been a lot of months that if it weren't for the AARP folks that come out and the retired teachers, the RSVP program here in Pierre, it'd be just myself and a few helpers that would be packing all these boxes. So we really do appreciate all the hard work and the hours that they put in. We generally take about 2.5 hours, and we get all 1,130 done in about 2.5 to 3 hours.
Well, Lenny, let's talk about some of the other great work that volunteers are doing across the state of South Dakota, in addition to the hunger work.
Well, in addition, we have all kinds of volunteers doing special interest things that are meaningful to them. We have tax aid, we have driver safety that are free services available to people across the state. The chapters and our retired teacher units also do their own service projects and do wonderful things. Organized out of the state office, we have something we call targeted communities, where each region of the state has selected one community where they can focus their activities and get support from the state office that they normally wouldn't get.
Well, it sounds like a truly dedicated group of folks who are really interested in serving their communities. Well, Dennis, I know that there are plenty of opportunities to volunteer in our homes and communities across the state. Why do you think it's important to volunteer under the realm of AARP?
You know, volunteering is just a special thing that people who have retired are able to do. And we have found out that those people that do it really do develop a camaraderie among each other, and they find a big sense of satisfaction just out of being able to help others. And as a mayor, I don't know how communities can survive unless we have volunteers, because they do things that that the government can't afford to pay for.
All right. Well, Dennis, thank you for all that you do. Lenny, thank you for your efforts, and thank you for being with us today. Well, whether it's becoming an advocate for the 50+ and their families or working to make communities better places to live, AARP has a variety of ways to get involved. We hope you've learned a bit more about AARP South Dakota's work in your community. If you're interested in becoming involved or would like more information about any of the topics we talked about today, you can learn more by visiting www.aarp.org/sd. You can email us at sdaarp@aarp.org, or just pick up the phone and give us a call toll-free 1-866-542-8172. You can also find us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Thank you for watching.